Good morning. Would you please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Would you please remain standing for a moment of silence? Thank you.
Good morning, Scorpions. It is Wednesday, November 28th, and you are watching SheaTV. Clubs, today's offerings are jewelry in the Media Center, Do the Math with Mr. Runyon in room 811, photography in room 801 with Mrs. Erickson, garden club with Mrs. Mitchell in room 106, drama club in room 201 with Ms. Peters and Mr. Boyette. Tomorrow's club offerings will be sign language. Media Center. The genre of the month is historical fiction. November ends in just a few days, so if you want to earn your candy bar, be sure to get your ticket into the library. Please remember that it has to be in the genre of the month, and the genre is historical fiction. So please don't turn in any more Call of the Wild. That is an adventure, and it is not classified as historical fiction. All right, events on campus. Tonight is the night. Join us right next door for that amazing dance that features original choreography and student dancing. Tickets are only $5 for adults and free admission with your student ID. Also remember, coming up with the same NVAA dance program is there are auditions November 29th from 4 to 7. This month we will continue honoring famous aviators in history. We have a special student-created video, so stay tuned. All right, I&E today is Wednesday, and that means traveling is contained to science, social studies, and your electives. Last up, we have our lunch choices: nachos with taco meat and cheese, Sardella's pepperoni pizza, and a harvest pack. That wraps it up for today. Now we have a special video with Mr. Lawrence talking about tardies.
Good afternoon, Shea students. Hey, I wanted to take a moment to talk to you a little bit about taking responsibility. So we know in our STING matrix, we talk about the idea of taking responsibility, that we are responsible for our own actions. Well, one of the ways you can do that is to make sure you are on time for class. Now, I've noticed, Ms. Rupel and I have noticed more and more, we see more and more kids late to class. It is really important that you are there in class on time so that you're ready to learn. And so we're going to do a couple things to help you. Now, if you notice, you guys have 3 minutes to pass from class to class, which is plenty of time to get even from one side of the campus all the way to the other. But you need to make sure you time that so that you're not caught socializing over here and then having to spend a long time to get over to your class. So we do have that bell that is in place, that little bugle call. Did you like that? I knew you would. That bell is in place to make sure to give you enough time to get to class. So it is our expectation when you hear that bell that you start moving to classroom right away. Now, you certainly can move to class before that, but once that bell rings, you need to be moving to class, and I'm going to be out there, and Miss Rupel's going to be out there, and Papa Juan and Miss Pat are going to be out there to make sure that you're moving on to class. So make sure that you do that. A reminder, you can get consequences if you, time and time again, we're having to remind you to move once that bell rings. So also the other thing I want to make sure that you understand is you need to be inside the door when the bell rings in order not to be tardy. Now, to be clear, other teachers may have a different expectation. Some teachers may have you sit down in their seat in order to be tardy. So make sure you know the expectation of your teacher. But at a minimum, in every one of our classrooms, you've got to be through that door in your classroom before the bell rings. So what a lot of kids tend to do, we notice, is wait outside, right outside the classroom till the bell rings and then goes in. That means you're technically late. And so I want to make sure that you're on time for class, ready to learn. So make sure you are in the door when the bell rings. So Ms. Rupel and I will be taking a look at tardies now that we've got this in place, and taking a look at those kids that are routinely tardy to classes. And then we're going to be meeting with you and your parents and talking about how we can get you a plan to be on time to class, because it is important that you are on time for your education. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about, was taking responsibility. So let's be on time to class. All right. Thanks, Shay.
Orville and Wilbur Wright were two American aviators, engineers, inventors, and aviation pioneers who are generally credited with inventing, building, and flying the world's first successful plane. They made the first controlled, sustained flight of a powered, heavier-than-air aircraft on December 17, 1903, 4 miles south of Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. In 1904 to 1905, the brothers developed their flying machine into the first practical fixed-wing aircraft. That's all I have for you today, Shea. Have a nice day. I'll see you on the flip side.